So basically, everyone and their mother knows about Russell Wilson being released from the Denver Broncos, and I was going to do a full rebuild for them, but I kind of already did one like a month or two back where I basically moved on from Russell right away anyways, and it was a whole thing. Maybe check that out. But if you guys want to see an updated one and you really want to just say, hey, it happened now, we want it now, show us now, 200 likes on this video by the end of the day. By the end of the day, because I kind of want to do it tomorrow. And if it doesn't hit that, I'm going to do a different rebuild. Not sure which team yet, but it will happen. All right. But of course, this is the squad. I actually had to release Russell Wilson, test the cap space, because I wasn't even 100% sure we'd be able to do this. It was an 82 mil cap loss, dead hit. And we had 30 mil going in, but somehow we have 40 mil. So I don't know how that works out, but we gained space releasing him, which, speaking of releasing him, I don't know if they're going to release Jerry Jeudy, but there's been a lot of talks about him being traded, and then obviously Tim Patrick, the big injury, and there's a lot going on here. And the Broncos, who thought they may have had a window to win Super Bowls, had their Hall of Fame quarterback back, if you will. It's like, hey, it's going to be Peyton Manning Part 2, are back at square one, realistically. They need a lot of talent still, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull this off in this speed rebuild realm, but we're going to damn try, which, of course, if you don't know about these, we get 10 minutes to trade anyone we want for anybody we want, and because of the way the trades are structured on Madden, last Madden or so into this Madden, we actually do have the trade difficulty on easy, because on normal, you basically have to give up like 2 first-round picks for Demario Davis, who's he's an X factor. He's a really good overall. For this, type of video, he's not the worst player in the world, but in what world is a guy like Demario Davis going for 2 first-round picks? That's just not something that happens. So easy, I think, is maybe a slight bit too easy, but normal is way too hard. So it's like you kind of have to balance the two, and at the end of the day, we're trying to have a little bit of fun. You can't really have any fun if you get like 2 to 3 trades and it costs you like the entire team to do. But yeah, I definitely want to improve the O-line a little bit. A new tight end wouldn't hurt. A better true number one wide receiver would be great. And then a whole load of defense. I don't know if I'm going to go with a 3-4 or a 4-3. I'd probably stick it to a 3-4. But there's some players here. And once again, if you're an actual Broncos fan, well, I pray for you. But don't feel, attacked if I trade Justin Simmons and or Surtain, right? They're great players, but at the same time, if I'm trying to do a 1-year rebuild here, I kind of need all the value I can get. So I want to keep them, but I have no idea what's going to happen in this 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I kind of sometimes just black out, and we just go ham. We go maybe too crazy with the trades, and, I don't even know where I am sometimes. But if you're watching this video right now, you know where you are, and it's a great place if you like Madden 24 franchise. So maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Like I said, a real rebuild tomorrow of some sort. 200 likes on this video will make it the Broncos. There's some people that probably don't want the Broncos. They're like, well, I guess I'm not liking today. And there will be a Bears franchise video later today. Probably planning on the Bison's relocation franchise fantasy draft, the regular draft, probably on Saturday. So we'll get to that, and that's basically it. Let's hop on into this one. But anyways, 10 minutes on the clock. We're going to be going for quarterback right away, pretty much. 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm trying to think of what quarterback did. I feel like Kirk Cousins would be a decent pick. Now, I don't think it's a smart move in real life, because like I said, I feel like they're a bit further away. And also, I got to say, for Broncos fans, the Browns being with Deshaun Watson, it's got to make them feel a little bit better, right? It's like, okay, we're not the only team that did a thing. But at the same time, who knows what happens there. Rodgers? Is Rodgers a guy? He's a 1-year guy, so it's like, a part of me wants to do a realistic style, but if I'm doing realistic style, there's no way I go with Rodgers, because, like, why would they go with somebody that old if they're not that close? But let's see. 3rd round pick. Not going to happen. See, I mean, even that, like, that is pretty costly for a guy of his age. But the game is like, no, it's not. You're getting a steal. I'd maybe get another 3rd and a 4th. 2 thirds, Tim Patrick, and a 4th. Not going to happen. What else do we have? Jonathan. Oh, we can do this. Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos, because I remember that was a thing for a while, wasn't it? It was like that's what the move was going to be, or a lot of people thought that's what the move was going to be, and then it became the Jets were the front runner, and usually when the rumors are swirling like that, it becomes the truth. That's just how it goes, right? I've always said gossip is always 100% factual, but we go from one cap casualty to a potential another. We definitely need a new wide receiver. Mims? No, I mean, I think we keep Mims because his value's kind of low, but Jerry Jeudy we might be able to like flip for a better wide receiver. We'll see. O-line, like we talked about, is a need. Maybe there was someone that was injured that I didn't really think about. Man, I'm taking a lot of time to like get a player going here too. We got a couple of guys here. The Falcons don't really have a wide receiver that's like maybe Ayuk. Ayuk is like a pretty good player. Okay, I mean, we're getting rid of a lot of starters here, but at the same time, Ayuk is definitely a plus. I don't really want to get rid of anything higher than a fourth. Well, I do a third, but like, you know, it's just not really going to be valuable for us. Okay, we're getting there. This fifth, did we put a fifth? We didn't. This fifth should do it. Brandon Ayuk, welcome to the squad. Got ourselves at least two pretty damn good wide receivers. Oops, wrong thing. I guess Javonte Williams is our running back. I mean, we're already running out of stuff. We have pick 5, though, which could get us a haul. I would like a pass rusher and a linebacker, but I don't know how many teams... Like, what teams even have that? The Chiefs, maybe with, like, Bolton, Karlaftis, and Jones? There's no way we get all of this. Okay, it's doable. I mean, I'm kind of down, if we're being honest. I don't really want to give up too much. I'd probably give up that first in the future. Okay, I don't need to. You know, at the end of the day, you can say that this is a lot. It is, but at the same time, it's pick 5 projected. You got to take it as face value, even though there's, you know, it's not likely that we keep that range, but that's what you got to keep it at, that face value. So we got a lot there from the Chiefs. Still 6.5 minutes left. I really do need a tight end, though. Come on, please. I hate that. It's not fun. Also, does it just kick you out to the main menu now? So they just, instead of fixing the glitch where you couldn't add players, they just kick you to the main menu now. They're just like, whatever. You know, don't have to worry about that glitch if you just get kicked out of the main menu. Tight end. Cole Kmet, maybe? He's kind of random. But, you know, he's definitely an improvement. 10 overalls higher, which is pretty massive. Maybe could have done a fourth. Yeah, I should have done a fourth, actually. Kind of the first team I went to here. I probably could have done more. Okay, maybe I can't. Cole Kmet is... I mean, he's all right, but, you know, he's not the best in the world yet. It's kind of a challenge to get him here. Yeah, I mean, we don't really need that great of a tight end anyways. We got someone better than Dolcic. That's his name. Almost called him Dolcic again. Someone was, like, so offended I call him Dolcic. It's like, D-U-L-C-I-C-H? There's no way. It's like, I mean, that's pretty reasonable. I mean, maybe it's not how it's said, but let's relax here. It's not like I called him Dulce or something like, you know. I mean, it's close enough. Man, we're actually really not in a good spot here. I kind of need this first-round pick to get me a cornerback and a pass rusher. I felt like, you know, Chris Jones is a pass rusher, but he's not really that type of... Actually, do we need a pass rusher? We don't. Do we? Do we? Yeah, we do. We do. Damn it. Cornerback and... Okay, maybe. What's their cornerback situation? Johnson's looking kind of good. Yeah, I said it. I said it out loud. Realized what I said, and it was too late. Morse, Deion Dawkins, Rousseau, and Taron Johnson? That's a name I definitely don't say right. It's probably Taron, and I call him Taron. We're going to have only a first-round pick left after this, if we even get this trade. We got a lot of time left, though. So I'm kind of like selling by getting a little too excited. Ben Powers, please be enough. Yes. Okay, so I'm not sure what we have left. We might have some duplicates now because, you know, we traded for the pass rusher and, you know, we got the linebacker and cornerback and whatnot, but what are we missing? So we have the quarterback, we have the running back, we have the wide receivers, kind of. We have the tight ends. We could definitely do better on the O-line. We have pass rushers, Zach Allen. Do we need I guess Zach Allen would be DT2 or interior. I don't like this 3-4 situation. Okay, so we don't need Baron Browning. We could use an improved middle linebacker. Oh, we can throw Drew Sanders in there. Strong safety would be nice. So we need another O-lineman perhaps and a new middle linebacker. There's got to be somebody. O-line, maybe the Packers? Oh, Seattle. Bobby Wagner is a... We're not going to be able to get... Do I allow, like, Jamal Adams, even though he's supposed to be traded? I think I allow it. It doesn't really matter too much because it's like one way or another I'm getting them. Oh, here we go. Why am I thinking I'm getting all this, by the way? Like, who told me I'm getting all of this? I do have that first-round pick. I'm going to throw, like, a second round on there just to balance it, just to see if I'm, like, actually getting too little or too much. Okay, yeah, then got to put that second on there because I almost just handed that away. Do we not get an offensive lineman there? But we're pretty close. We could use O-line for sure. We still have like 2 minutes left, so we're 3 minutes almost. We're okay. So what other positions do we need? O-line we have, an okay line. We could have done better, but it is what it is. Pass rusher wise, we are built for a 4-3 more than a 3-4. I might actually have to switch it to a 4-3 so I could use one more linebacker. One more linebacker would be great. I think that's all we're missing. One linebacker, which we should be able to easily get. Might go right back to the Bears again, to be honest. Tremaine Edmonds, and there might be another position. O-line's not the best here. Sweat, we don't really need. I could use a new interior guy, actually. When you're decorating sucks. Where's a good team with a DT? Reader isn't really the scheme fit, but at this point, it's good enough. Logan Wilson and DJ Reader. Oh, crap, we're broke. Wow, we can't really afford much. Oh, no. Well, we need just a linebacker of some sort. Whoever can we afford. Matt Milano, and then, of course, Ed Oliver they paid. So I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, they're going to take the hit, which they should. Oh, Lord, maybe we can't afford this. Oh, Lord. I might just have to go with, like, Quay Walker or something. Oh, joke. He's an outside linebacker as well. Oh, come on. Come on. What are you waiting for? Oh, we can't add players. Fabian Moreau is definitely not that valuable. Keaton Stearns, y'all chilling? This ain't going to happen. I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to go for Quay Walker just because he's really good at developing. So I figure, we get there. Wow, okay. It's getting a little bit closer than I would like. Who the hell can we get? Cole Holcomb, welcome to the squad. That's about as free as possible. But you see what I mean? Like, some of those trades at the end there, I feel like we should have got and we didn't. So it is what it is. We'll see what our team can get to. It's an 80 overall. Can we get to like an 87, 88? So my brain had a lapse, and I completely forgot to put Rodgers in. And I simmed a couple of weeks, but hopefully that doesn't change too many things. But this is the squad, of course. 86 overall, so we went up 6 overalls. Not bad. This is what, it's not a bad team. We could have done better linebacker. Maybe could have done a little bit better on that offensive line. Maybe another wide receiver and running back, maybe. But I think we did a decent job. Maybe we could have done better than Rodgers, but I kind of wanted to go back to that moment where it was, for a moment, it seemed like, hey, Rodgers is going to be a Bronco, but it didn't really happen. All right, here we are in the playoffs, and yeah, I really sold. I 100% sold. This would have been one of our more successful, unexpectedly successful speed rebuilds, as I actually forgot to put Rodgers in for a bit longer than I said I did. I believe I only brought back Rodgers for the Packers game, which is pretty ironic timing, actually, but yeah. Whoops. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I brought him back for this game. Yeah, I brought him back for the Broncos versus Packers, and he only lost one actual game, and it was against the Chiefs. So, technically, 10-1? That's a pretty good record. But let's take a look at the stats and awards, see how Rodgers finished. It was still not good, though. Yeah, he missed, 6 games? It's a lot of games, but even if you average 2 touchdowns per, that's still under 30 touchdowns, which is not saying a lot. Javonte with a bunch of rushing touchdowns, speaking of, and then receiving, the numbers were okay. Blocking, pretty fair stuff. Defense, we have Chris Jones at 13.5, Rousseau at 9, Williams at 4, and sadly, Karlaftis only at 3. Interceptions, 3 for Jamal, 3 for Patrick, 2 for Cole Holcomb, 1 for Bolton, Wagner, Johnson, and Williams. Kicking was awful. Punting was okay. Yeah, I mean, once again, I forgot to put Rodgers in, so things probably did change a little bit, but yeah, the team was still kind of iffy, and I ran the Chiefs offense with Bills defense. I think the Bills defense is one of my more consistent 4-3 defenses, so that's who I usually go with, but I don't know if we're going to win any awards here. We do not, unfortunately, but still, once again, technically Rodgers would have been 10-1 with this squad, so at the end of the day, we might be a really, really, really strong team for this playoff matchup against the Colts. Going to the end of the game, the Colts start with 3. We get 7 back. 10-7. The Colts are they're putting on some points. 14-7, 14-17. Halftime could have had a field goal, didn't get it. Second half start, we got a touchdown, and we're out up by 11, and it looks like we're going to be completely taking over this game, as it never felt like a 38-24, 38-17 game, but that late third into the fourth was definitely spectacular. Looking at the numbers, Aaron Rodgers was very good, completing 33%, or not 33%, 33 out of 39 passes is very good accuracy, 2 touchdowns with 300 yards. Javonte, a lot of rushing touchdowns as well. The defense seemed to do pretty well against that ground game, though. Which, speaking of that defense, Rousseau and Jones with a sack each. Wagner with a pick. The divisional round. And it's the Chiefs, the only team we lost to with this team, technically. They're 2 overalls lower, though, so we still might have a chance at this. Going to the end of the game, the Chiefs driving down for nothing. We get 7 off of that. We get the stop again. We get a touchdown again. Another touchdown, 21-0. Chiefs do get 7, and they almost did it again. 21-10. It's still anyone's game. One more touchdown could do it, though. No extra points. And wow. I was about to say like a good neighbor. I almost did a State Farm joke on accident there, but we ended up winning. I was about to say, like that first playoff game, finishing out really strong. Rodgers did throw 2 picks. Mahomes threw 1, but Rodgers was a lot more accurate. Javonte was great on the ground. P. Ryan got himself a touchdown. Ayuk with 129 yards and a touchdown, which is great. Some, good team efforts. Rousseau with a sack and a half. Williams with a sack, and the other Williams with a half. Interceptions for McDuffie, Connor, and Surtain. And then, of course, Butker missing a field goal, which kind of maybe mattered. Because your defense, your offense at least, it definitely changes. If you have possession with like a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter and you're down 10, your aggression changes, right? And, of course, here's the Bills, team that we actually did kind of wipe out a little bit. We took some of their players, and hey, who knows? We took their cornerback, we took their edge rusher, and we took a lineman, so I don't think we gave them anything back. Was it like a draft pick? So a little surprised to see the Bills this deep into the playoffs, losing all those players, but here we are with a 7-point start. They do get 7 back, though, and they get another 7 after. It is all tied up, but they might be ahead because of possessions, and they manage that clock perfectly. Second half, we do tie it up. We get the stop, no score, though, and this could be the Bills' win. Nice rushing touchdown. Did we get the stop? We did. Moving down the field, the winner goes to the Super Bowl, and barring a miracle, we are in. Beating the Bills, who gave us our toughest fight yet, despite having debatably the worst team. Rodgers did not throw an interception, but yards were down, so was completion percentage. Javonte really cooked, although his yards per carry wouldn't have been great without that long touchdown, but did have 2 touchdowns in general. Cole Kmet showing up, sacks, Karlaftis, Jones, and of course Rousseau, who's been so consistent, and then Jamal Adams with a pick. Will Lutz misses a field goal, but so does Bass. That's an effort. I can't believe the special teamers, though. Their guy missed, could have tied it. Our guy missed, could have gave the lead, but luckily they both missed rather than just one. And Rousseau, speaking of, has himself some upgrades. Maybe could have done block shed, but let's get that pass rush up as high as he possible. He's always great in sim. I don't know why. He just puts up numbers no matter what. But here it is, the Super Bowl. Is it going to be against the Cowboys? That's why sometimes you got to think, tactically. Maybe I should have traded for someone off the Cowboys. Yeah, like it's always the Cowboys. So if I would have taken some of their players for draft picks, I could have weakened them. But let's take a look anyways at our dev-ups if we had any. Javonte goes a superstar. It's not very easy to get a running back dev-ups, so that's actually pretty damn clutch. Must have got it off of the touchdowns. And then we go to the other side of the ball, which sees, I don't think anyone with a dev-up. That is pretty surprising, but regardless, the facts. Here we go up against those Cowboys, who are a 90 overall. Definitely the highest team I've seen, and probably in the entire league. It's also the Cowboys scheme, so like I said, maybe could have thought more tactically about it, stolen somebody off their team, maybe like Leighton Vander Esch or something, maybe Deron Bland. Just for draft picks once again. You know, Tyler Smith, Deron Bland, and Leighton Vander Esch could have weakened them, strengthened us. Although I will say, up by 6 in the fourth quarter. It's anyone's game, though, and here it is. 7-point lead, a stop kind of wins it. 4th and 13. Of course they get it with 13 yards on the nose. They get the touchdown, but they miss the extra point. And we've won the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos in a speed rebuild. Of course, we could still do a regular Broncos rebuild because this is far from, reality. There's a 0.0000001% chance any of this happens. The amount of trades they'd have to pull off. I mean, it's just, how it's like, it's never 0%, but it kind of is. That's what this is, right? In theory, sure, maybe they trade for Rodgers and Ayuk and all these players, but reality says that's not going to happen, and that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Put Rodgers back at 12 for he was going to be number 18. Is like, no. I'm already not feeling number 8, so get back to number 12. Get back to the Super Bowl. And the Broncos are world champions in a speed rebuild format. Dak Prescott got outplayed, simply put. Rodgers had, more touchdowns, better completion percentage, better average, that kind of stuff. Javonte Williams, pretty consistent in this one. Receivers, Ayuk killed it. And no one else, really. I mean, we got another touchdown, but the yards are pretty low. Rousseau, don't think he missed a single game for sacks in the playoffs. Had a sack every single game. Micah Parsons, he got his, and that D-line did what they did. But ultimately, we win against a pretty damn good team. It's not an easy route to the Super Bowl. You got to play the Chiefs, the Bills, the Cowboys. Some tough teams in there, but of course, not that I have a horse in the race anyways. But in case you wanted to see, how many times you played each game, there you go. But that's basically it. If you guys enjoyed this one, let me know in the comment section below what team you'd like to see next. And by leaving a like, that would tell me as well that you want to see more Skinner. And yeah, a little bit later, Bears franchise. Tomorrow, a regular rebuild. 200 likes, it'll be a Broncos rebuild. But there's probably other teams I could do for sure. But I also want to do that 10-year rebuild, and I've still been decided on what team to do. We'll get to it sooner or later. Regardless, thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,